Jack London, born in the late 1800s, was an American author, journalist, and social activist during his era. By the age of 29, he was already internationally famous for the novel, The Seawolf, and other literary and journalistic accomplishments. Through these novels, London portrayed the ideals that you could find yourself in the wild with a beast-like nature. London wrote prolifically about his own experiences at sea, seeking individualism and finding the romantic connections between nature and man. Heavily influenced by his surroundings and passionate about agriculture, London emphasized romantic themes such as civilization versus nature, and they became more evident in his writing as he continued to publish more novels. Although London was intrigued by the wildlife and incorporated his travels into his stories, he never fully experienced the nature to the full extent that he wanted to.
It's a bed-in, folks.
We thought about this for months. This is the best possible, most functional and effective way of promoting and protesting against violence that our minds combined could think of. This is an alternative to violence. Is to stay in bed and grow your hair. Do it anyway, I say, any way you like, but peacefully. Nobody's ever given peace a complete chance. Gandhi tried it, Martin Luther King tried it, but they were shot.
Think peace, it's the only way. Less words and more.
John Lennon and Yoko Ono were a key couple in a world filled with anguish and violence. With using a peculiar method of protest, Ono and Lennon established bed-ins at various hotels where camera crews set up and filmed their promotion of staying in bed and growing your hair as opposed to fighting wars. Using the media and Lennon's fame with the Beatles, the couple attempted to create a romantic ideal of a world containing love and peace as opposed to a greedy society in need of violence. Though they tried to promote peace, Ono and Lennon failed to actually better the world and ended up only bringing more fame to themselves.
We can get it together. Now that's all.
Peace.
Peace. Peace. Peace. Peace. Peace. Peace. Peace. Peace. Peace. Peace. Peace. Peace. Peace. Peace. Peace.
Peace in your mind, peace on earth, peace at work, peace at home, peace in the world.
Chris McCandless was a young man from an upper-class family in Virginia. He gave up material possessions to survive on his own in the Alaskan wilderness. Chris rejected the social norms of conformity and was a Jack London fanatic. He was mesmerized by the beautiful landscape as told by London. Chris believed that by going to Alaska and surviving alone, he would be able to prove that one does not need society to be happy. Unfortunately, Chris's endeavor proved his romantic beliefs to be anything but realistic. In his final days, Chris was feeling lonely, and the once high wall of the real Chris starts to crumble when he uses his real name in the SOS letter. No longer is he the Alex Supertramp living off the land, but a frail, injured, and starving Chris McCandless in need of help from the outside world. Chris died of starvation after a little over 100 days in the wild. He died a happy man for living out his ideals, but failed at truly surviving alone in the wild.
What is it to be a romantic? Truly, Jack, John, and Yoko and Chris were all romantic figures in societies through the past century. Each defined being romantic by being soulful idealists who are not sensible about practical matters. As Jack wrote novels, he portrayed a love for finding oneself within the wilderness, but failed to fully exemplify the logic of being yourself through savage ways.
John and Yoko wished for only peace throughout the world, but only presented the world with ways as growing hair or staying in bed. Peace was an ideal, but hair growing in bed-ins provided no real solution to fill a world with unity and to rid it of violence.
Chris, naive and eager to explore life without societal needs, traveled across America in expectations to be happy without the use of people. Using little knowledge or supplies going into Alaska, his hopes to become happy were shut down by his epiphany of being alone and sad.
All of these romantic individuals grasped for an ideal, but in reality they had only dreams that were destined to stay ideals.
These are the Romantics!